welcome back to my channel Dry in Life. This is Doris from Silos Art and Design, and today I'm going to unbox and try to swatch out this Derwent Inktense paint with you. So it was on my other video, the Amazon haul. I don't know if this will be out first or that one will be out first, that I've showed you guys this pink set that I get that I can open. So let me open it with you now. Ta-da! Okay, so yep, things happen. It has this really nice information, like not really a lot of information, just the color sheet here. If the color really matches, that will be great, because then I don't have to do my own. And then it is wrapped, but then I see some color down there, so let me cut it open. Let's see what it looks like. Yay! Ta-da! So you got a sponge here, like a water pen here. Yeah, I have to clean that up, and those, I never use anything Inktense before, so this will be my very first time with you guys. So let me see if those will be, oh, it kind of like stick to it. It doesn't really fall out, but I think they have that because this, like the paint inside, will fall out if you haven't used it yet. And that happens with some watercolor as well, so that is pretty normal. So I've went ahead, go online and check all the names, so that I can, you know, make this swatches for it. So what I found is that they don't really have a lot of information, like they don't, because it's different products, so they don't really tell you like the pigment information or anything like that. Maybe that is not as important, I guess. Because you know that is the how you use it will be a little bit different. And so what I have here is you know, I need to know which set it's from and the color, and I just put 8 here. It's 8 for all of them. That is excellent light fastness. So that is all the information that I can get online. That is what is on their website. So I'm going to also have the high resolution swatches on my website. So if you like, you can click the link down below in the description box, and you will be able to see them. And one thing that is very interesting is that they have 3 different sets, I think 3 or 4 different sets. I'm going to compare that and let you know too. It seems like all the colors here are from the first 2 sets, if I remember correctly. Let me look at my note. Yeah, and so there is like the number 2 set. There are some color that is not included in this set. So in the number 2 12 pen set, there are tangerine, scarlet, French ultramarine, light olive, and fire ink. So those are not here, but all the other colors are in here. So if you get this set, you pretty much get all the colors that are available, I believe. So let me try to do the swatch, and I'll speed the video up, but then you can see how it looks, how it works in action. I just find out something. If you see the video at the beginning of it, I sprayed water onto this plant. When you do that, make sure that you block off the upper part of it if you have this there, because look at that. So what I'm going to try now is to spray water on the back of it. And so hopefully it will even it out. Let's see if that works. It's a little bit better, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it works a little bit. All right. So don't make the same mistake that I made. I made it so that you don't have to. All right, let's go on. So overall, I feel like I have to get used to it. I think you probably, if you watch a lot of my videos, you would know I actually we wet my brush a couple of times and dip it in again and again and again because I feel like I couldn't get enough pigment, and that is probably because it's drier and it takes a little bit longer to re-wet. And so after I do the first round, like when I do the second round and I do this, it was easier. It was a little bit easier. So I'll show you all the colors one by one, and they have some really pretty color. I really like this dark plum. This is a really unique color and I like it a lot. And so I will show you, because I can only fit that much. So I'll show this first, and you can take a screenshot if you want, and then I'm going to go on and show you the others. But overall, I feel like the pigments are good, and it seems like at first I wasn't sure if it's going to be just like watercolor or it's not, and it seems to be pretty similar so far, and most of them are pretty opaque, I mean pretty transparent, opaque, but not a lot of them, and I'll show you in a minute. Okay. So I missed this one, I think. Or maybe this one goes first. Yeah. So but I really like some of the colors, like this raisin green. That is so unique, and I feel like you know how a lot of times you really have to mix your greens to make it look better or look real. But those two greens, I feel like you can basically just use it out of your palette, and that is pretty cool. I really like that. And this really bright kiwi is so fun as well. So far I really like all the colors that I've seen. Okay, so all those, and you see like even for this one, it's pretty dark, but it's not totally opaque. I would say semi if you put 2 layers, but if you put one, it's still pretty transparent. Okay. And again, if you want to look at the swatches, you can go to my website. And here, this is natural brown. I really like this pine gray. I love the color. Look at that. That is so pretty. I don't know what it is in there, but I really like it. It's not the same as other. A little bit different for some reason. So those are all 24 colors. So I'm going to use it today later on. And in a few days, I'm going to do a few paintings with that, and then I'm going to give you my honest review. I'll be back. So I am back. So what do I think about it? It is definitely different. When it's still really wet, you can totally mix it like watercolor, but it dries really quickly. And so when you're mixing, you have to be careful with that. And you really have to have a lot of water to activate it, or I should say it absorbed water, or it dries really quickly. And that is why I couldn't get enough pigment when I swatch it. So you would need more water than usual, and that is why it is very smart for them to include the water brush with the set, because I think it will work really well with the water brush. I actually didn't use it with the water brush because I am less used to it. I just want to compare it in the normal way that I do watercolor paintings, and so I didn't really use it. But overall, this set is really good. As you can see in the paintings, they are pretty, the color is pretty vibrant, and you can see it. And I layer a few layers on there actually for every single part of it, but yet they don't make mud, and they are pretty vivid. The color is vivid, and you can do a lot of different kind of layering in there. And I really like the fact that it wouldn't pick up the lower layer when you're doing the top layer. Of course, that is a technique in watercolor, and if you are going for that, but if you are doing furrow, for example, sometimes that can be a challenge too. So it really depends on what look you're going for and what you're trying to do. But I feel like this set is pretty good in general. And I actually get Inktense pencils as well. And for here, if you look at the middle of the flower, I did some lines with the Inktense pencil as well, so you can really see it. It can add to it, but it's very interesting because the watercolor, they are all light fast, but for the colored pencils, they are not. So what I'll suggest you to do is to cover it with another layer of your paint. I shouldn't say watercolor, it's paint. Yeah, if you do that, then it will be light fast, but then you can still see the line. Hopefully, you know, that will protect some of the colored pencil as well. But even if not, you know, if you cover it a little bit, at least you will still have the paint there. So I think that's what I'm going to do from now on. And you can see that the white is actually pretty opaque, so you can definitely use that white to do the highlight. You really don't need the gel pen. You can just use their white from the set, and that is another good thing about it. And then I actually use it on some kind of fabric. It is just a little bag that I have, and I went ahead and painted directly with the paint. I actually didn't sketch things out. I just go with it, and I like it because it doesn't really bleed a lot. If you look at it closely, you will see a little bit of it, just a tiny bit of it, not much at all. And those areas are probably the ones that I use a little bit more color, more water. And if you're really careful with how much water you're using, you probably don't even have that kind of problem. As you can see, there are many different colors I use in here, but they mix really well. And I actually use a couple of layers of paint as well for this painting. It's not just like one layer wash, that's all. I don't, you know, I try to, you know, layer it up, and it I really like it. I really like it. It's so good to use. It's so fun to use as well. And the thing that I really like is that it's supposed to be really long lasting if you put it on fabric, and even if you wash it. But for this type of fabric, I don't plan to wash it, so I didn't even try to wash it and see if the color comes out. What I plan to do with it is just to do it for some tote bags that I have already, that I plan to make and sell. And also I am going to do some kind of sneakers that I got before, so I want to paint myself some sneakers, but I won't actually wash it in a washer machine or something like that. So it doesn't really matter to me, and I'm really impressed for the entire set. I really like it, and I think it will even look good with ink and wash. I think that will look really good as well. I haven't tried it yet, but I think that will be good. And I think it will be the next thing that I will try. But if you are going to use ink and wash on fabric, just make sure that you test it, and the ink is not going to be water soluble, or you know, the ink will mess it up, and you don't want to waste your time and energy on that. So this is my review on that set. I used it a few times, and I really like it every single time I use it. And if you don't have any Inktense products, honestly, like, I highly recommend them. They are so fun to use, but it really depends on what you want in order to decide what you are going to get. I think the Inktense block is really good as well. I've heard really good things about them. The pencils, I got the 72 set, I believe. Yeah, I got that set. If it's not because of my I have to have all the color syndrome, I would have gotten the 36 set, honestly, because I feel like if you are not really using it on its own, because it's not like fast, you are just using it to help with your watercolor painting, or the paint. I keep calling it watercolor, it's not. Then that is 36 is more than enough. So and you know, so I think that is another thing that I will try out next. So if you are interested in my swatches for the Inktense set, the pencil set, and my review on that alone, subscribe to my channel. I hope you like this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. That will really help my channel. and click on the bell after you subscribe so you'll get the notification when I upload next. And comment below, let me know if you used any Inktense product and if you like them. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I'll see you next time. Bye.